What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hot Action Fishing and Fab. My name's Curtis and this is my channel. I think this is gonna be the first video. Kind of kicked myself in the butt a little bit for not showing you guys like I did a little bit of like demolition on the old Johnson skiff build. I showed you guys the tools and stuff that I like to use to cut this boat apart and fix, make my way into fixing this thing up. But so we're gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. My plan is for this video is I'm going to finish messing with that transom. Like I said in the intro to this build, the transom is good. The marine plywood's in great shape, but there was some delamination on the transom. I know I should have showed you guys how to find delamination, but all I do is take a back of a screwdriver pretty much and just go around and tap on the transom until you'll be able to, you can hear between good glass and bad glass, meaning that either it delaminated or there's rotten wood or there's water, and you'll tap around on the transom and then it will change tone. It'll be a nice sharp sound, tap when you're tapping in good areas. And then all of a sudden you'll find like a dud spot, and it'll be like, it would change to a deeper tone, and then you can like work around. You'd be like, and then you're back into good glass, and then that's the bad spot. Or you can go to Boatworks today and look at Andy's channel, and he does it. He shows you how he does it with using a moisture meter and stuff like that, which that's like the correct way to do it, and save yourself a lot of time, just in case if your hearing ain't the greatest, and next thing you know you're cutting into something that was fine, or you're gonna find the project is way bigger than it was. You should have cut the whole dang thing out to begin with instead of trying to just puzzle piece it out of there. But wow, rambling. But yeah, we're gonna go from here. I'm gonna show you guys what tools I'm gonna use, and then the lighting sucks over here, and then I'm gonna lay up 2 layers of glass. I'm gonna do 2 layers of 1708 in this area where you can see the raw wood, and all I'm doing with that is just building up the glass back to the same depth as this. What I'm gonna do is this is, because I cut this out, I cut all this woven out that was delaminated, so this is much higher than this part. So I'm going to use the fiberglass to stack this up. I'm going to use 2 layers of 1708 and then 1 layer of 1708 to do the whole transom. Before that, there's some little splinters that splintered off when I was peeling the transom, the outer skin of the transom off. I'm just going to come in with some peanut butter and just skim that over and get that nice and level again, and then start laying that glass over top of it. These are the tools that I use, pretty much all of them for the most part, what I use to build and cut a boat apart. Starting off with my favorite tool to cut the boat apart with is just this cheapo 4-inch grinder. I know these things are like $13 or something like that, I think I seen at Harbor Freight. But I've cut plenty of boats apart with these things, and they do just fine. Using a cheap diamond cutoff wheel, once again, right from Harbor Freight, you can get through about 2 boats before you got to go buy a new one. And this thing cuts through fiberglass like it's going out of style, because it's a monster. It eats. The only thing is, it doesn't cut through wood, so that when you cut through a stringer or something like that, and it's not, it's fully bonded into the boat really good. Yeah, you got to really work on it to get the thing out of there. But if it's delammed, you just go down the sides of the transom with this thing, and it's gonna pretty much just flop right out of there. Hit it with a hammer and pop it on out. Next one, I like using these wheels, these flap discs. They're easy to change out, get new ones. 36 grit is mainly what I use until I get into like the more final build process. But just another 4.5-inch grinder. Yeah, and she does what she needs to do. This is my sander. I'd use a 6-inch orbital sander. This grinder is a Metabo, but this is another Harbor Freight special, a brewer or whatever you call it. 6-inch. Once again, it's use a lot of 36 grit pads, because with gel coat, it's so thick that you really don't even see the gel coat when it comes through sanding with 36 grit. Here's my router, just a Makita cheapo, or I wouldn't say cheapo, but the Makita router. And what I was talking about a minute ago, when I do my stringer, this is what I'm going to use to round that there edge off to wrap that fiberglass around. And then this tool is crazy handy. Another, you know, Harbor Freight special. It's a Dynafile, and this little finger, it's a 1/2 inch wide. It can get into all the little nicks and crannies and stuff like that when you're, you know, having a hard time getting your grinder down in there or sander down in there to sand out a fillet or just a radius of some sort that you can't get in there real good. But these are the tools that I use to cut boats apart and fix boats. But first thing we're going to do is keep on grinding on this thing for a minute and get it prepared to lay some glass in it. Also better fill, you know, throw in the PPE. This thing is amazing. I love this thing. Only that sucks is you get kind of sweaty and it gets kind of nasty. So wipe it out, keep it clean. Change these canisters out probably like, I don't know, once every 6 months. You're probably sure you're supposed to do it a lot more, but that's what I do. And then this one, when I'm wearing my glasses, because I can't wear this mask when I'm wearing my prescription glasses. The lip right here catches your glasses and it's uncomfortable. So when I'm wearing my glasses, I wear a pair of goggles, and that does the trick. And then wear yourself a respirator. I don't wear it as much as I probably should. I know people comment on their posts every once in a while about me not wearing a mask, but I try my best. So hopefully I don't die anytime soon, but we'll be okay. There we go. We got the this is the piece that delaminated from the transom, so pretty much the exact of you know, template of what I need for fiberglass there. I'm gonna do 2 layers of this here 1708, cut it to this shape, and then we're gonna do the last layer. I'm gonna do all the way across the back of the transom, get some nice new fresh glass on it. But let's get this cut out. Well, all right, we got a couple days in. This thing's been sitting here curing. No reason, just been busy. But we're gonna take my 4-inch grinder with the diamond cutoff wheel and cut that top layer of fiberglass off, that top little excess off. And Jake's gonna help me chew it off. Alright, this might be one of those things where you just kind of got to watch what I do and, you know, see what I got going on here. I seen this process done by a guy named Harry Spear. He builds Spear Boat Works. He started a YouTube channel pretty recently in the last few months. And I've been watching his videos, how he goes about doing some stuff on his boat. And usually I do a cap. I'll take a layer, you know, a couple layers of fiberglass and put a cap over my transom. Well, what he does, and I like the way he does this, kind of makes it a little more solid in my opinion. And obviously, you know, he's been doing it for a long time, and he's got to make some pretty sweet boats. And you know, I like the way he does it. So makes this top rail completely solid with fiberglass. So the way he does it, he takes a plunge router and comes in between the layer of fiberglass on the hull and the layer of fiberglass on the transom, and he uses a router and just kind of grinds this out and hollows this out like, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch. I don't remember exactly the number. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a 1/4 inch down. But I don't have I have a router, but I'm not doing that process. What I'm doing is I'm taking my circular saw. This might be one of those things, don't try at home, kids. But I'm taking this circular saw. I got the depth set to like a 1/4 inch, and all I'm doing is just taking my circular saw and just, you know, pulling up the guard, obviously, and just kind of like grinding away the material as I go. So here we go. Alright, and as you see there, I think you can kind of see it. There's a small lip all the way along the outside or the inside of that transom. After doing it, kind of realized I really didn't need to do this part or this part. Just made a bunch more work for myself. I could have only just did this part, because when I bond the deck down, this is where the deck's going to ride. So now I got to build this all back up, and the deck's going to cover it up anyways. This is the only spot that I really should have done it in, because this is where the motor's going to go over and clamp onto. Alright, real quick, I only got a couple minutes, but I'm going to try to get some of this fiberglass laid up in this little trough I just showed you guys me cutting. All I did is took a whole bunch of little pieces of 1708 that I had for a different project, but that's no longer coming along right now. So I just cut them up into little bitty strips. I'll show you right here. Just these little bitty strips like this. And I'm just going to take and just, wow, that's crazy. Hold on. Just going to take and lay them down into there. But first I'm going to wet them out with some polyester resin. And that's what you're going to watch me do. All right, there we have it. We got transom all. Get down, look at it. Super nice. It's you know, not perfect. I gotta fill a couple spots, but once I you know, bond the deck down to this, you know, it's all gonna be sealed and no problems there. But yeah, next we're going to. Actually, I'm gonna end the video right here. A bunch of sun in my face, but I'm gonna end the video right here. I'm gonna break it up. I'm gonna do the stringers in another video. It'll be me just glassing this front stringer in the rest of the way, and then making 2 new stringers for the stern back here. But yeah, that's enough. I don't know really if anybody benefited from that. Hopefully you did. You know, because I didn't do like a transom install or anything. It was just pretty much just refurbing the transom that's already in there, just fixing the delamination and you know, getting the cap of the transom done up so the transom's nice and solid. But you know, I know this wasn't much of a video, but hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a wonderful week.